I'm hoping I'm in frame. Everything is working as it should. I had to reposition the mic like 6 times. And I've got the audio set up so that it doesn't pick up any strenuous noise from the outside. Just the general area right here where my voice is at. Anyways, it's been a while. For you all, it might have been like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not sure. Maybe it's been a week. Maybe it's been a month. But since I filmed my last video, I brought my trusty glove. Hopefully that's in view. I've got some new artwork to actually work on, so I'll be filming that today. And actually, I forgot to set up my timer, but that's okay. We're gonna play this, guerrilla style, fly by night. Um, so I'm working on something different today, which will be sort of like a negative on positive, switch from positive on negative, instead of my usual sort of like sketchbook or um, whiteboard that I usually tend to pencil in and then ink my stuff. So we'll work on a black, what I call a Raven board, which is, I just made that name up, but it works for me. It's a black board. I usually go at it with a blue, I think it's a Stedler blue, non-repro blue pencil to draw the initial image. It just helps me to sort of configure what's in my head, put it on the board. I could go at it with the actual silver ink markers that I'm going to use, but that's something else for another time. Usually, I just like to have the bones of the drawing set up. Um, so yeah, so that's what I'll be working on. And then once I set up the bones, as I was about to say, uh, I got to get back to used to being on camera. It's been a minute. I've had a lot of stuff going on. A lot has gone down in the last 2 months. I'll catch you all up to speed soon enough. But right now, this is just about setting up the next video, which is to let y'all know that I'll be trying something new and I'll bring you along for the ride, as it were. All right, so here we go. I'll give you a sample. I don't know if it'll be to your liking or not, but okay, here's a good one. So this is just I was practicing just doing some doodling of cartooning, character faces and whatnot. So basically, that's the general idea. The board that I actually use is a lot thicker than this, and this is just a black paper, construction paper of sorts, but it's very smooth. It has almost no grain to it, no tooth, which is great because once you use the markers on it, they'll slide like a hot knife on butter. Or yeah, you get my drift. Anyway, so here we go. This here is the actual silver ink that I use. Pilot pen. Different brands make the same pen. I'm not too hung up on the tools. It's really the artist and what he or she can actually put down on the page, the board, or whatever medium he's using or she's using. Um, so yeah, so we're gonna do some of this work. I'll film that. That's probably gonna be like 10 minutes, maybe 15, because I always tell you all it's 10 minutes, it's 8 minutes, and it turns out to be 20 or 30. Which videos I'm gonna wind up breaking down and editing down to like 2 or 3. Needless to say, I've got my necessary cup of coffee. Got to stay hydrated with a cup of water, or is that a bottle of water? And oh, by the way, this is all a test for the mic because it's been acting janky for a second there. I couldn't seem to actually position it in just the right place. So hopefully this is catching this position that I have it in. It's catching everything that I need to say. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I don't have a timer, so I'm guessing this is already 3 or 4 minutes in. I will give you all a heads up though. I was in December. I'd already done a backlog of videos which I have to edit, but I got deathly ill, to be honest. It wasn't good. It wasn't looking good for me. I mean, I don't think I was quite at death's door, but I was almost there. Uh, so my way of phrasing it is, my apartment was trying to kill me. So I had this issue with the heater, and it was actually off, but not completely off. Long story short, there was dust gathered on it's one of those old radiator style heaters. So I was supercharging the dust and sending it up into the air at night. And I was inhaling that dust, and I was coughing severely to the point where it was black, then it was green, then it was yellow, and then eventually the phlegm got to be white. So that was like when I knew that I was going to make it through. Um, and yeah, so live stuff sort of intervenes into all of this. I can't be in front of a camera like 24/7, and I'm trying to keep a schedule, but I've gotten pretty good at sort of pacing myself. I'm not really worried about what anybody else does on this space. There's a whole ton of videos that have come out in the last month and a half. It's as of this date, it's February the what's today's date? Anyways, I don't know, the 18th, 19th, 20, the 20th or the 21st, something like that. Doesn't matter. What mattered was my health, my life. So without that, I can't do any of this. So that was one thing that was affecting me. Plus, I had mold in my bathroom. I had to bring all this attention of the manager of my apartment building. So that entailed an entire conversation, not a long one because she was a fantastic lady and wanted to make sure I didn't die on her watch, so to speak. So, needless to say, I had to move out of my apartment, get rid of 2/3 of my belongings, keep the other third, move into another unit, come back to the apartment that was remodeled and refurbished and everywhere possible. I do have some photographs of the before and after, but I may put them up, I may not. I don't think anybody of y'all will be interested in that. If you're interested, let me know in the comment section. If you want to see the photographs, like in the community tab or something like that. Needless to say, yeah, so it was really bad. I was literally like coughing up blood. So it wasn't a good moment for me. I thought one particular night in late December that I was going to have to call the ambulance or something and get to Zuckerberg Hospital, which is basically SF General. So I'm obviously by now you all know I'm city bound here in the Bay Area. So yeah, it was not my best moment. I'm glad none of you got to see me like that. And I took medication. I was taking NyQuil, DayQuil, variations thereof, and I realized none of that stuff was working. And then when I figured out I had to sort of like literally do this detective work and try to retro engineer what the heck was wrong with me, and then I realized it was literally my apartment was trying to kill me. I'm gonna have to do a video, and I'm going to title it that because there's other mitigating circumstances and details, but it's not for this time of this video. Yeah, so that was a thing that happened in December. Letting you all know, putting it out there, and it went into January. I had to take off. I used a lot of my sick time for my day job, so that just brought that down to nil. My sick hours are gone. Vacation pay is gone. All of that was gone. And even as I started to sort of get a little bit better, I had to use some of that time that was available to me through my employer to take time away from work so that I could actually move an entire apartment that I've lived in for, man, a long time, many years. But it was good because, whenever you move, you should always winnow down everything you own, get rid of at least 10%. And I did that. A lot of the stuff that went, some of you might have liked. A whole bunch of books, a whole bunch of graphic novels, of which I've probably already mentioned in one of my tutorials, is my little hobby there, along with the comics that I do own, which at this point, most of them are going to wind up being sold off in the near future. So I'm working on getting rid of that collection, selling it, and make sure that it goes to a better home. If anything I learned from this experience was to live as simply as I can. I still want to have a couple of things around me, my artwork, my materials, some book street. I can't live without books. You all know that. I'm a bookworm through and through. So whether it's novels, whether it's how-to, manuals or books, science books, which I really love, and also some graphic novels as well. Anyways, I hope the video has, this has actually gone on pretty well, and that the microphone has picked up the audio well enough. If not, I'm going to have to tinker with this afterwards and in the editing phase. But yeah, so I've been gone for a minute. Again, it might have only seemed like a day or two or a week to you all, but it's been about a month since I've actually recorded anything. I could barely get out of bed in December to go to work, and then I stopped going to work, and then I thought I was going to step up into an ambulance and get to a hospital, and that luckily didn't come to pass. Again, I don't say this to elicit any pity. I just, when you have moments like that in your life, you realize, just reaffirms the meaning of things for you. Family, friends, good community on YouTube. That goes along hand in hand, I suppose. And, the things that you really want to do, the things that you love to do, not the things that others tell you to do or that I think society kind of pigeonholes us into doing. Uh, so I'm going to be me all the way through. Follow my passion, my highest passion at all times, and still got the day job, of course. I just paid rent like 2 days ago. Not the whole amount, but that's another story. I'm working on it. Got to get that rent paid. But yeah, and if there's anything I could leave you all with is, uh, and I was saying this to myself almost like a mantra in November, right after Thanksgiving. Otaku Cloclo and I had gone to Fan Expo. That video actually premiered today, which is Saturday, which is when I'm filming this. Um, this might go up a week from now, maybe a little bit longer, but we'll see. But anyways, around that time, we had gone to Fan Expo San Francisco 2024, and I was telling myself at the time, because actually it was through the means of a friend of mine by which I got into the Fan Expo. He had actually purchased the ticket for me. It was a silver package or something like that. It was fantastic. Just a great deed from a good friend. And I got to give him a shout out, Isidro. Thank you very much. I'll never forget you. Thank you for getting me into SF Fan Expo 2024, where I had the opportunity to actually do some stuff for this channel. I interviewed a few creators, and at the same time, I had the opportunity for 2.5 days to, uh, just enjoy myself, and in a way that I haven't done in years. Really, I haven't actually had the opportunity to go to a convention or a show in a decade, 2 decades, probably a little bit more, give or take. So that was a fantastic time. I have about There are small cuts, so you all don't have to worry about giving up 30 minutes of your watch time. Just it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes. I think at the most I had a 24-minute video that I chopped into two 12-minute videos. So all those will be coming up starting today, going forward. There's about 19 or 20 of them. I hope you all enjoy it. And that way, if you all watch, I can show you what those days were like for us, for me and Otaku, my good friend, my good neighbor. Shout out to Otaku Cloclo. And and you all get to come along with us and have a great time. What's that when life is already complicated enough as it is and negative enough. Let's have a good time here and there whenever we can, a safe way, of course. So anyways, I know this has already been long enough. I can't gauge the time because I can't see behind the camera and I don't have my timer set up, but hopefully you've stayed with me to the end. If you have, um, you know just type in the comments, just one word, life, Life. Just type it in. Let me know that you got to the end. At the very end, of course, I ask you kindly, hit the thumbs up for a like. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And by all means, leave a comment, 7 words or more, if you can, if you have the time. And, that would you'll be notified when I set up other videos and I start loading them up, which is happening starting today, going forward. So I'm using, had a notification, PS, I had a notification from YouTube, which is kind of really got me thinking. Plus another video that I saw, can't recall the creator. All of those homages will come later on at some point in my channel. The people that have influenced me, those that I've taken something from and learned from, and added to my storehouse of information. But anyways, the point being, I realized, yeah, life, just life. That's what it comes down to. The life we've had, the life we have, the life we will live. Um, it's most important above everything else. You don't have to be super wealthy, rich, super poor, in the middle class. Just life. Live your best life. Find that medium, that balance somewhere. Keep your good health. Pursue that. Take care of your mind, your heart, spirit. All those things make for just a day worth living and smiling about. As you can tell, I've probably been doing quite a bit of that on this video. So I'm feeling so much better than I did 2 months ago. Anyways, I had started thinking in November, going back to that point, uh, that there's two words, just 2 words really, I want to impart to you all. Gratefulness. So I'm very grateful every day of my life just for waking up, being alive, being here, being present, and doing the things that I need to do to get my life moving forward, and thus my family and a few friends along the way, if I can be of service to them. And the second thing that crossed my mind then, which has stayed with me, is I'm just doing things in my life that call for my highest sense of, I could say interest, but it's really just highest passion. Do the things for your life that you are the most passionate about. Follow with that. Follow through on that. Pursue it doggedly. Don't give up on it. Take a break if you need to. Come back to it again, as I'm doing on this video today. But this is one of the things that I'm very doggedly passionate about, which is this channel and the tutorials, the conversations that I'm having with you, and then hopefully you'll have back with me in the comments. So again, thumbs up, hit the bell for notifications, and of course subscribe. And I thank you all for your time. Thank you. I'll see you all in the next one. Now, if I can just find the off switch, we'll be all good. Hopefully we got this. 4, 3, 2, 1. See you on the next one.